Hey guys, do you
Hey.
know? Do you know what the most popular name was in the Middle Ages?
Jesus.
I
Muhammad.
actually, it was neither of those, but from what I hear, they call people
Jason.
Lancelot.
Oh, Eddie jumped in
Hey.
at the punchline, but I got it. That was funny.
Call people Lancelot.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 18 of That's Class, a podcast about things we find class, hosted by, yes, that's right, your three favourite class holes, Ruaridh Kidd, the Hasbro lover himself, myself, Duncan Malcolm, and apparently the coolest member of the pod, Eddie Ashcroft. How
Doing
is
lovely.
it going, guys? How are we doing this week?
Doing pretty good.
Exhausted.
Exhausted.
Why are you
So much
exhausted?
heat.
It's been a busy week. Been a full-on week.
Doing what? Please elaborate.
Working.
Okay.
Coming home from work.
Such a vague answer.
Coming
I'm exhausted. I've been doing
Play-
so much working.
Eating,
Well, it's busy.
drinking,
Thinking. Too much thinking. Not enough sleeping.
Oh no.
done a lot of socialising this week as well. That's draining.
Socializing.
Have I? So. Had a golf day on Friday afternoon. That was pretty tiring.
Nice. How'd you play?
I think terrible. It was raining. I blame the rain. I think I'd had about 10, 12 balls in my bag. Got to the
Crazy.
18th hole with 2 balls left.
Oh,
The
playing
18th
well.
hole was a par 3 over water. Hit my first tee shot in the pond. Down to my last ball.
Like
Hit my
Lance.
second tee shot into the pond. Couldn't actually finish the round.
No way.
Oh,
Oh, that's so grim.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Hush would
Were
have
you-
been proud, but
Hush.
There's a joke. There's something in there about it because it went in the water about it being subpar, but
hey, basically I need
Hey.
Hush to come through as like a premium pod sponsor and sponsor me
Yeah.
some new irons.
Oh, we should
oh
get.
yeah, it's the irons. That's the problem.
If we ever have like a very golf heavy episode, we should try and get Hush involved. I think that would be quite funny.
Just the
Just-
open.
Just to give us free golf clubs though. He doesn't need to do anything else.
Yeah. No.
It's
Is it
about time
Callaway?
Hush sort it out.
Is it Callaway still sponsored by?
I think it's Callaway now, yeah.
Yeah.
Should be
Anyway.
alright, I wouldn't mind, yeah. Mind a set of Callaway irons.
Yeah. How are you,
Pretty good.
Duncan? What have you been up to?
Not too much really. Working. That's pretty much eating up my life right now. And then sort of watching the multitudes of TV shows that I watch, playing copious amounts of Xbox in between trying to adult. It's
Tough.
once again, it feels tiring. You get to Sunday and you're like, oh god,
It's
not
Monday
again.
tomorrow.
Another
I have to
week.
start again.
No.
Reload.
But no, it's been an alright week. Hopefully, it's been kind of a weird week here in Edinburgh, weather-wise and stuff. So not been able to do too much, but it's been nice next week, so that's good.
It'll be a
But not a
beautiful
lot
week next
nicer than it
week.
currently is down at your place just now, Rory. Thunderbolts and lightning.
Yes. Very, very frightening.
Frightening.
Yeah, we had a really, really nice week. It was sunny pretty much every day, and I worked a lot at the surf school. We redecorated the surf school so it looks slightly better now. A little bit more premium with that like matte grey shelving with a
Ooh.
white background type thing. You know what I'm saying?
White,
And like
blue.
wood effect, chip wood, things like that.
Oh yeah. Did
like-
you get some beach? I was going to say beachwood, but driftwood was what I was thinking. of.
Driftwood, yeah. It basically is
From the
that
beach.
like it's like
Brick
a
effect wallpaper?
surf shack vibe with chipwood, but like also premium with white walls and like green plants and dark grey shelves and things.
By chipwood, you mean OSB?
Like chipboard. I
Yeah,
guess.
but like big sheets of it, and it's
Like this.
It doesn't all just OSB. Yeah,
like my
What does
desk.
OSB stand for, Eddie?
what's
orientated
that?
strand board.
Oof.
Oh, lovely.
Ooh.
All the strands obviously like cross over each other, and
Yeah.
it makes for a really strong slab Let's have a word.
I mean,
Big,
you know, it's
strong, better
niche, it's
word.
hipster, it's in right now, so I guess that's what we were going for. But you know,
Not
whatever.
not as in as plywood though.
Yeah, Ply's good. We've
Birch
actually
ply.
got another update. Actually, is Lucy's camper van conversion is going very well. We finished
All right.
cladding the ceiling, so all that's done on with like, I don't know what the wood would be called. It's quite a light wood.
Larch.
No.
Plywood. Balsa.
No. I don't know. Crap. Anyway,
Plastic.
did the ceiling. That looks sick. It took a lot longer than we thought. We're going to do the sides. The bed's now in place and it's permanently in there. And we've got slats on the bed frame and we just need to buy a mattress and then we can go and camp, which is going to be sick. I'm excited. Yeah.
When you get
I
chucked
bought a
out your house.
sticker. I want to buy a sticker for the van that says, "When it's rocking, don't come a knocking."
Did you just reach middle age?
Yes, I did. I'm having a 30-year-old midlife crisis.
Has
So that's pretty good.
anyone been watching much of the European Championships?
I have not.
I watched quite a few of the group games, and then
Got bored.
I kind of stopped. I kind of watched the Wales get absolutely tossed over by railed by Denmark last night.
Yeah, I saw the post-match interview with Gareth Bale, who like stormed off at the end. It's such a. To be fair, you lost a pretty heavy game, you know, but again, maybe try and keep it a little bit professional. You're the captain. Is he the captain?
Yeah. I mean, everyone. I think Denmark's probably everyone's neutral. Like everyone's neutral team that they want to win.
Just because of the Christiansen thing.
Well, I'm
come on.
Ericsson thing.
Come on, like Ericsson. That's it. Yeah, Christian Ericsson. So, yeah.
The Christian
know.
thing. I just realized what you said.
I
there.
honestly think it's because of that. Yeah, I honestly think it's because of that, and I'm just
It
like,
is.
oh come on,
100% because of that.
That's like supporting Red Bull because you think they're struggling. Can be massive.
Yeah. It's like
Casual
when
pandering, that's
everyone
what that is.
started supporting Iceland when they beat England that one
That's
time.
true.
In the World
Oh
Cup.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
look
I
at the
watched
little team. Oh, so
I
big,
have
so
to say, I
clever.
watched Germany. We watched the Portugal. Was it Portugal Germany? Was it? There was an
That was
absolute
meant to be a really
great
good game.
That was a
4-2
great game.
to
Watched that in
Germany,
the pub.
yeah.
Watched that. Lucky enough to watch that in the pub. That was good.
Yeah.
And then we watched the France-Hungary one, which took place in Hungary. So which was 1-1, and Hungary scored first. So that was mental. There's been some good games in the European Championship so far.
Yeah. I've actually written this down in our little show note that although it's been 25 years, is it 25? 1996.
25 years.
No, it's 98.
Yeah.
From
No,
a
it
major
was
tournament.
1996.
What?
1996
I
was the
don't think
last
Scotland
time
were at France '98.
Scotland were at France 98.
they were.
Really?
But that was the World Cup. The
was
last
the
time they
World
were in
Cup.
the
Yeah,
Euros
96,
was
yeah.
1996.
Yeah.
And it's over.
It's over.
We'll go back again in another 26 years. I
Too-
got the results
little
up
time.
here. Our first game. I mean, we're only doing this because Duncan and I are Scottish. Eddie, you live in Scotland and have done for most of your life. Although, would you
Definitely.
class yourself as an Englishman?
Doesn't mean I associate myself with shit football teams.
Yeah. Just Leeds. Speaking of Leeds, what are you wearing today?
Some last season's training top.
Cool.
Not last season
I see
before,
it.
last championship season.
Ah, okay.
Centenary season. Oh no, it
Ah.
wasn't the centenary season we went up, it was the season before. 2019. I
Nice.
can't remember.
So yeah, if you're unaware of what's happened in the Euros, Scotland are out. They didn't make it past the group stage. 25 years in the making for 3 football games.
A lot of people
Nice.
will have been unaware of that because they couldn't give a flying.
I know.
It's all
the
right though
result-
because they got 1 point in their cup final. They got a 1 point at their cup final.
We
did.
are the Spurs of European football.
They drew
The
0-0 with
Spurs.
England. Like fair play. Like,
Or maybe
it
even
was
the
worth
Arsenal.
celebrating.
I love the fact that our first game was a 2-0 loss against the Czech Republic. Second game was against England, which we drew 0-0. And the whole of Scotland took that as an absolute win, which is hilarious.
And then
Is it really
absolutely
sad?
shit the bed. It's really sad, yeah.
That's so sad. Like,
That's
yes, point.
Yeah.
It's
It's tragic.
And then
But then proceeded to spend like the next 3 or 4 days in the lead up to the Croatia game, getting themselves all hyped up for making it through because they drew 0-0 with England.
Yeah.
Got all excited about it. All excited. We've got a chance. How we can do it here. And they got beat 3-1 by Croatia.
Yeah. Which I started watching the start of that game, and in all fairness, we started relatively strong and had a few chances on goal in the first 8 minutes, and then Croatia scored, and then I switched it over and went to watch a movie. I was like, well, that's done.
It was bad. The whole thing was poor.
Apparently,
Like, it's
Modric
just-
was on absolute form.
Well, the thing is that what happened there was that we played against Czech Republic and got found out. We played England. We played better because also we were playing England, but England kind of had an off day. A little bit
England
of an
did
off
not
day.
show up that day.
And
Terrible,
then we kind of got our hopes up, and then we went to play Croatia at Hampden, and lo and behold, they have a world-class midfield, and we got absolutely ran off the park by the guy that literally won the Ballon d'Or not that long ago,
Big Luca.
Big Luka Modric.
Little
And,
Luca.
I mean, what the hell?
Fun
How do you
times.
fix that if you're Scotland? I mean, Scotland was summed up by the commentator during I want to say it was the England game.
Ali
Was
McCoist?
it? No,
Was
no. It was the Scotland game. Scotland, Czech Republic, and
That makes sense.
They were all
He said-
Scotland games.
yeah, they were Scotland games. Yeah. I was thinking, no, it's the England Scotland game. It was the Czech Republic, Scotland, and our striker Lyndon Dykes went up for a header and missed it completely. And the commentator went, well, Lyndon Dykes, as a striker, you can't judge him by the goals he scores. And I'm like, you literally can. That's what he's there for.
That's
It's like
his
saying,
job.
Oh, you can't judge a goalie by the saves he makes.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. That's why his goal tally is 0.
I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of Scottish players in the Premier League now, which is like my standard of how good a footballer is if you're in the Prem, you're pretty good. And
But then what do they go and do? What did they go and do at centre back? Go and play Grant Hanley and Norwich when they could be playing Liam Cooper at Leeds United. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, did they have McTominay in defence?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
the last game it did.
That was weird. I didn't
Yeah.
understand that. And then they've got, so basically our main big Premier League players, which are Gilmore, Robertson, even, Tierney and McTominay.
Che Adams.
Che Adams, I guess.
Who's English?
Who's English?
Who's English?
Yeah. Couldn't get in the England squad, played for Scotland. I mean, all 4 of them, other than maybe Gilmore, were just sitting, and also Che Adams, sitting in defence, And it's like, you had Robertson had a few pops at goal in the England game. Gilmore had an absolute blinder. I was really impressed by how he played against England. But I think as a team, we really, like, Scotland really need to sort of maybe invest a bit more money. In general, in sport, I think Scotland need to invest a bit more money. Because
Yeah,
even though we're doing better in rugby, we're still not there as top tier team.
But you can invest all the money you want when you're up against teams where like their pool of potential players is like 6 times what
That's
Scotland's
true,
pool
yeah.
of
It is a
potential
small
players is.
country. But then again, it's a small country. So is Denmark. So is Iceland.
Yep.
They've
Wales
got
is
good
even
teams.
smaller.
Yeah.
I think you've got a coach. You've got one of the bigger problems. It's kind of one of these things where the more you talk about it, the more you think about it, the more you realize how deep the problem goes. It's not just players. Like, you've got a coach whose biggest claim to fame is coaching Kilmarnock. You've
Nice.
got the Scottish Premier League is just the doldrums of football. I mean, you've got
Horse shit.
3 teams that maybe could get near the top on a regular basis, and you've got the whole. Most people only support the old firm, the top 2 teams, and then you've got this old guard running the SFA who basically just want to line their own pockets instead of don't want to change anything, and until the SFA gets gutted and kind of a whole new model put in, there's just no way you're ever going to catch like the FA. At least the English Premier League had a changeover when the whole Barclays Premier League thing came along.
Yeah.
At least that was different, but there's just no way. There's just no way. Not because you're just going to keep every time we go for a new manager. It's like, oh yeah, we'll get someone playing attacking football. Oh wait, who's doing well in the SPL? We'll take Steve Clark. It's like the only other guy that we wanted instead of Steve Clark was Alex bloody McLeish. It's like he's done it before, and what happened the last time we got chucked out of competitions? It's so annoying. It's so cross.
And that, my friends, was a series of Duncan's rants.
That was a rant. Yeah.
You're very passionate about it, and I appreciate that. Well done, Duncan.
I'm not even like, I don't really watch a lot of Scottish football, but that's part of the problem. Is it's just complete doldrums compared to the stuff you can watch any other weekend. You know.
Speaking of other things you can watch on any
Leeds.
other weekend. Oh, I feel like my segue didn't work there.
Denied.
Denied.
No, it did. But yes, Roy. What are other things you could watch at the weekend?
Well, I have just finished Clarkson's Farm on Amazon Prime.
Oh, have you?
I have, yeah.
Have
and
you?
it's been out. It's been out for a while. So I have.
Yeah.
It's been out for a while, so I'm quite late to the show. But Irene, I think you finished it as well. Duncan, you've not quite finished it.
Not quite finished it. Somewhere
Completed it, mate.
Completed. 100% platinum.
All the achievements.
I was genuinely surprised by it. Because when we saw the trailer, we talked about it briefly on the pod, and I wasn't sold because I kind of was a bit skeptical on it's just Clarkson. Will he be as funny without the other two? Will it just be Clarkson being an absolute prick? And it was, but I really enjoyed it.
I didn't think he was being a prick in it. He was having a very good stab at it all. He's very honest.
Yeah,
I think, which was quite nice.
Like being a prick, being like he's doing his like Clarkson character some of the time, and be like, "No, I'm gonna do it this way," and it's like, "Well, you were told to do it this way because this is how we've done it for years."
Yeah,
like the tram lines bit.
Yeah,
the tram lines bit, and the whole like. I feel sorry for the Caleb Cooper guy. Like he seems to love being a farmer, and then he's had to deal with Clarkson for a year. What are your thoughts on it?
Sorry, what? No, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good because you ended up with Clarkson was quite
sentimental,
Clarkson, but quite
humble.
funny, and actually him discovering the real aspects of farming that maybe aren't that fun. So being out there working all those hours on the fields, and then he decides to take on Annum, took on his sheep, and then having to take his sheep to the abattoir and stuff like that, and coming back and they were gone before he could even say bye to them and stuff.
Actually, yeah, that was a really harsh moment. That was the one moment that
I kind of
actually
laughed.
I was like, "Oh,
really?
Fuck!" Well,
I laughed.
I laughed in like a surprised way because like Clarkson's like, "Can I say goodbye?" And he's like, "Oh, they've gone." He's like, "What?
Yeah.
They're probably dead." And it was just so like normal for them because that's what their job is. But Clarkson's just like, oh no.
And then he's got Caleb telling him not to be dicking around with sheep, and then spending all that money getting a shepherdess in and all that. He pumped some amount of money into it all, which is, I suppose, getting himself to going and getting him doing it. But the guy that I really found hilarious was Gerald.
Oh, the wall builder.
Drywall builder.
Couldn't understand a word of it. Hilarious. No. Absolutely hilarious watching Clarkson have a conversation. And for the life of me, I couldn't work out if that was put on.
I genuinely think it's just him.
Whether it was a bit genuine. Yeah. Such a thick accent.
Yeah, because even when they started doing I don't know where you are yet, Duncan, but they start cutting the crops. Getting the barley out and getting the rapeseed out and things like that. And the wall builder Gerald, he has done the crop cutting every year on that farm, and because of COVID, the last
50 years he's done.
Yeah, but even though COVID was happening, he was like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm not gonna stay at home because I'm old. I'm gonna do my job," which was really nice to see, you know. But like, Clarkson had been doing it with this other guy on a combine harvester, and it was really, really well coordinated on walkie-talkies. Yeah. And then he's like, and then Gerald jumped in because this guy had to go somewhere else. And then it's just, it all goes like pear-shaped for like the first hour. And like, he's not getting, because they have to like you've got a tractor on one side
Yeah.
and the combine on one, and it's like spraying it all into the trailer in the back, and you just have to communicate to try and like make sure it's all level all the time,
Mm.
and then fill up the trailer. It was a very funny moment. It was almost like you couldn't, like, it was very well scripted on. It was going so well, and then Gerald jumped in, and I'd have no idea what he's
no.
saying half the time. Never mind on a walkie-talkie.
And he wasn't even putting his beacon in, so Clarkson didn't know if he was ready or not for him to come and collect all the grain off the back of it. Yeah, very funny.
It was very, very good. Where
liked
have you
it.
got to, Dunk?
I honestly cannot remember. I think we're only like 3 episodes in, maybe
All right.
3 or 4.
Just a noob.
It's just one of these things that. Well, what happened was we watched a couple of episodes, and then we watched something else, and then we discovered that like the Bosch season 7 was out, so we started watching that, and then we watched the Americans as well, because that got taken off Amazon because it's owned by Disney, and it came onto Disney. So we're like, yeah, we can start watching that again. So at that point, it kind of got shuffled down the list, bit by bit, and you're like, oh yeah, Clarkson's Farm, forgot about that. But yeah, you're right, unforgivable.
Unforgivable.
Well, I did appreciate
Bitch,
how
that's
it's
a
made people.
mistake.
What I've liked about it, or what I kind of guessed from the whole show, is that it does bring to light some of the aspects of farming that maybe Countryfile doesn't tell you.
You
So
read a
there
lot of
was
Country File, do you?
No, but I know that people like Countryfile's a big show in the UK.
Yeah.
Do quite
And
enjoy an
maybe some
episode of
people that don't.
Countryfile.
Yeah, and so I know my dad watches. My dad puts Countryfile on. I know that they had this. Countryfile's kind of become this big thing, and I think that just by Clarkson doing it, people are maybe that don't watch Countryfile are going to watch that.
Yeah. You're like,
and
oh,
because
he's this
taking
arrogant
yeah,
guy.
slightly humble. I think he was almost at times.
Yeah,
when he was trying to learn how
genuinely.
to do it. Yeah.
And even in the... Sorry, carry on.
No, you're right. Yeah. So he just, I think it'll be a interesting show to finish. Like, and hopefully do like a season 2, but we'll wait and see.
There's some genuine moments in it that it's quite nice that even with COVID that happened during the filming, obviously the film crew were allowed to just stay and film. I guess they were maybe in their own bubble in his house that they were maybe staying in. And I just thought it was really, really good. The part where he starts lambing and all the lambs start showing up, and he genuinely is like the happiest man ever. And he's like, these little lambs are coming into the world. And he's like learning how to be a midwife for a sheep. And he's like so passionate about it, and he's so happy. And he later on says in like the last episode that he's never been happier at work before. And this is like including working for the BBC, working for Amazon on, like, I don't know how true that is, but he genuinely, like, they're sitting there having a beer thinking back on the year that's been, which apparently for a first year farmer was like the worst year to try and farm.
Because when everything flooded, wasn't it? Yeah.
The wettest autumn and winter and the hottest April and May. And it's just the worst, like his crops could have just not worked. And then, spoiler alert, it came out okay.
Well, that's good.
But
he made a little bit of profit.
Yeah, he seemed so passionate about it, and then he found out how much profit a farm makes per annum.
Just in a year,
yeah.
Financial year.
So thousands of pounds to like rent equipment, buy equipment. I guess because he bought a lot of equipment in this first year, it probably would be a bit higher. And then he bought sheep, which he could have bought these sheep, but instead he could have just spent a tenner on a lawnmower and then done that. He just bought the sheep to cut the grass. So he could have had a bigger profit, but his profit overall was like £144 for the year.
Money.
Like, and I've been like, I grew up in Kinross thinking all these rich farmers, like, and now their profits are only 144 a year. But obviously that can't be the same every year because he's obviously bought in a lot of equipment and hired some people.
Yeah.
So I guess in the long term, that profit will get higher and higher.
But there's also like whether that profit, obviously it includes paying all the staff on the farm, whether it includes like a farming wage for him or not.
And there's the government grant of like 85 grand.
Yeah. Well, that was included. That counts towards his profit. That was included. Yeah. So even with that grant, he only made £144. But yeah, you don't know what's included in all that. So But at the same time, he probably did a lot wrong, and the sheep and stuff probably he wasn't really thinking about it. He could afford to make stupid decisions and do stupid stuff and try stupid things.
He's an absolute millionaire.
Is the catch. He could afford to do all these different things for it to then turn out that he only made £144. Yeah. If it was your day-to-day job, you'd no doubt have it all sorted out. So you were probably making a bit more than £144.
Yeah, I wanted to try and get top farmer of the show, Craig Patterson, our listener from the show, who listens to our pod in his tractor. I tried to write to him the other day and see if he wanted to put his input on Clarkson's farm, because he's a farmer and I wanted to hear his opinion on it. He's not yet replied to my question, which was a couple of days.
Give us a reply.
He gave you a reply on the other chat. I messaged him separately, and then he didn't even reply to that one.
That's your problem.
Because he's already giving you a reply. He's probably busy farming, Rory.
Hopefully, maybe he'll reply within the next time we record, and then he'll be on the next he'll be mentioned in the next episode, or if he wants to give like a sound bite, we'll get him to like record his thoughts and we'll stick it in the pod and see what we think.
We can't do subtitles on the pod though. We can't do subtitles for the audio.
Oh, that's okay. You'll just hear his voice. It's Patty.
I don't know, like, how do we subtitle that? People
he doesn't sound like Gerald. He's slightly more articulate than Gerald. But I was intrigued to see what Patty thought about it, because I think he does a lot of the same. He's always in the fields and he's doing his lambing and his sheeping and stuff. So a lot of that actually made me think of him. Sheeping, lambing, I don't know. Come on, sheeps.
Tractoring, sheeping.
Patty's initial hot take was, I think it was really good. Hopefully, we'll make the general public more understanding of how hard our job is.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Was that it?
Does he also fight at the battle? Does he also fight at the Battle of Stirling Bridge?
Yes. To which I replied, "Great show. If Clarkson can do it, it can't be too hard." Got a bit of a rise out of him, and I did say to Fiona later on that day, Patty just didn't rise to anything. Fair play.
No, he didn't.
Fair play.
He only really rises to anything Pidge says, so that's fine.
Yeah. It was mildly annoying because I was like, come on, get riled up.
Yeah, hook it in.
Just didn't. Yeah.
Tell us how much you hate this show and how it's not actually like real farming. Oh, wait, it is.
Actually,
am I out of touch?
Oh, no. Fairly accurate.
Touch? No, it's the children.
It's the children. It's kind of how I wonder if Patty feels the same as Caleb did when Caleb drove into London and Patty has to drive to Glasgow and other big cities because he loves Kinross and he loves Milnathorpe.
Patty drove all the way to Cornwall. Don't forget that.
He did. That's true.
Yeah.
But again, Cornwall's a pretty farmy area, so we just went on a motorway for 10 hours.
I suppose some big motorways though, pretty scary.
Big motorways, big old motorways.
Duncan, what is Bosch?
Bosch is a fantastic TV show and you should watch all of it tonight. No, I'm kidding.
It's shit.
Partially.
Okay. Right.
Partially.
Is Bosch the people that make those screwdrivers? Or the
Yes, they do also make
and
drills,
televisions.
washing machines. Pretty sure I've got a Bosch
washing machine.
got a strimmer for the grass outside. Bosch is the TV adaptation of the crime novels by Michael Connolly, who main character is called Harry Bosch, and Bosch is an Amazon Prime like original, so they were the ones that paid for it. It's kind of like it's their longest running original series, so it's on season 7, and it's just really good. Like it's the 7th and final season, and I recommend people go watch it and start from the beginning. It's based off Michael Connolly's been writing these books since the 80s. I was trying to look up when was the that's not what I wanted. I was trying to look up how many he started writing them, but it's been a long time, like early 90s, late 80s. I mean, he's done about over 20 books now with this character Harry Bosch, and it's all about him solving crimes in LA, and he's a detective and homicide detective, and it's kind of got that LA Confidential, LA Noir, jazz music,
nice,
but set in the present day. So it kind of has a bit of the. They kind of don't just cross with the homicide detectives. It follows a couple others in the police ranks. So you follow Chief Irving, who's the police chief, and stuff like that, and it follows kind of different levels of the law. Go.
Yeah.
The
Is
main
it?
actor.
Oh.
I hate him.
Go on, Roy.
I had my hand up and then Eddie just spoke over.
Sorry.
Is it?
Wasn't looking.
Is it like you said, L.A. Noir? Is it like a noir movie? Like you would have, crap. What's that Harrison Ford movie about the future and robots?
like Blade
Star
Runner.
Wars.
No.
Blade
Crap.
Runner.
Yeah, Blade Runner. Yeah, that's a film
Blade
noir set type movie. So is it like voiced over and like I thought this was the man. Turns out it's
No.
not the man, and it's all raining and it's really dark and sad all the time.
No, it's not dark and sad all the time. It's definitely takes. Like I said, it's very LA noir in terms of the way
Like the
it's
video
very
game.
much focused on him and how he. It's about him and how he feels about investigating, and it's not. It's about how it portrays being a cop in LA, and there's like noir aspects kind of fed through that. But as Eddie says, the main character is played by Titus Welliver, who some people like. He seems to be an acquired taste, I would say, because my
Titus
mum doesn't
Welliver.
think he looks like Harry Bosch, but I think he does.
That just sounds like it's in the same sense that Tom Cruise doesn't look like
Jack Reacher.
Jack Reacher. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
he definitely doesn't.
Titus Welliver, a poor man's J.K. Simmons.
A poor man's J.K. Titus Welliver's one of these guys, though. He's in everything.
Why do I think he's Irish? Is that purely because he was the guy in Sons of Anarchy? Is that
Yes.
is that the only reason why I think he's Irish?
Yeah,
That's most of my prejudice against him, to be honest.
he's a villain in.
He's not even Irish.
He's the villain in.
Wow.
It's weird. He's like the villain in Transformers 4. He was that Imperial lieutenant in the Mandalorian episode where they took over the ship.
Oh yeah.
That's him. Like, he's in.
I feel like he shows up in stuff, and he's good enough. This is weird to say, but like he's good enough for you to be like, "Oh, I know that guy. I recognize his face," and then immediately forget he was in the TV show.
But they're not good enough for you to go like, "Oh, he's really good."
Yeah,
Secretly, deep down, you're thinking, "You're shit." Like,
Yeah.
Oh, way back to Ireland. Oh, he's not Irish.
He's
What?
not Irish. No, he's really good in Bosch. Anyway, I recommend watching it. Like I said, he
Most of
pops
my-
up in loads of things.
Most of my hate comes from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah. Well, we all hate a lot of people from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, I
to be
hate
honest.
so many people from Sons of Anarchy.
There's
Maybe
so
we
many people I
Oh.
hate it.
Should we have a Sons of Anarchy episode soon? Let you
Yeah,
guys
we
rant
could all
on.
just like spend the whole time just slagging off Katie Segal.
Katie Segal, Leela.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, just talk about how crap she is. Oh, I'm angry thinking about it. Ron
Okay,
Perlman as well. Yeah,
moving on.
I'm really angry now.
Moving
Then I'm
on.
gonna get sad thinking about how what was his
What?
name?
How
Opie died.
gets done
Just
in.
get really sad thinking about Opie dying. Oh, it's a vicious circle, Sons of Anarchy. Have you
It
watched
is.
it, Rory?
No, I watched two
Oh,
episodes
Wise up.
and did not enjoy the
Wise
acting, and then I switched it off.
What, Charlie Hunnam's
Oh,
really
didn't
bad
enjoy
American
the
acting
acting.
because he's not
Did
actually American.
did not enjoy the main character's acting. I was like, this sounds so. It's the same as how I feel about Sylvie getting involved in Marvel. She sounds like a TV actress, not like like when you're right next to the
Whoa.
likes of.
Whoa.
No, but like when you're right next to the likes of Tom Hiddleston, who's like carried his own movies. That's how I felt about Sons of Anarchy, which is a shame because the main actor has now been in some really good movies, and he was in Gentleman, which is a Guy Ritchie movie, I think, which
Yeah,
is
The Gentleman
fantastic.
is a
And
great
he is
film
so
where Charlie
good in
Hunnam
that.
does his own accent.
Yeah, he does. He's really good in that, and he's convincing. In Sons of Anarchy, every time I hear him talk, I'm like, I'm so done with this already.
Just don't understand how you can't watch something and then just like quickly get over shit like that. Like just accept it and just get over it. Like just actually watch it and then enjoy it.
Well, I can't get
Just
over
like,
it because
one
it
minute
takes me.
thing like that.
Because it
ruin
takes me
the
out of the
whole-
show. I want to be
Didn't you
involved
just
in
say
the
you
show.
Didn't
Yeah.
you just say you
Sorry.
didn't like Titus Welliver because you thought he was Irish?
Yeah, but that's a legitimate excuse. Didn't stop me watching. Stop me watching Sons of Anarchy. I didn't get
Didn't
to like.
stop you watching
whatever
it, but you
episode
got angry every time he was on screen.
Yeah, but I still watched it. I didn't bitch out. I don't know. Titus Welliver's come on. I'm going to stop watching it. I've
Well, no,
totally taken
there's a
myself
difference
out
between-
of the episode.
there's a difference
Totally
between-
takes me out of it.
There is a difference between, oh, Titus Welliver, he's Irish, I don't like him, and I hate this man's acting, I can't get over it.
Something to do with sucking cock, isn't it?
Amazing.
You need to watch. It's so fucking good. You got
I'll maybe-
Tig, Kim
I'll maybe
Coates.
give it
He's
a
really good
second.
in it.
I'll give it a second go. Is it on Amazon?
It's on Netflix.
That's on
Yeah,
Netflix.
sure it's
Yeah.
still on Netflix.
Yeah.
Cool.
Uh,
I'll maybe
Maggie
give it a
Seth,
Yeah.
she was really good,
The-
wasn't she,
the-
Tara?
yeah. The one thing about bikes, though, right, is that you can't hook them up to trailers.
You could do.
No,
that's an
no,
interesting
you do
thing.
get some with trailers.
Oh, you can get some with trailers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not the kind of trailers that not the kind of trailers that you want to be putting into this show.
I don't know. Like, what's the trailers for Sons of Anarchy?
Probably.
Oh, man, when did it come out? It was like 2000.
You were
2008,
avoiding the
God, man.
segue in a most uncomfortable way.
Yeah. trying so hard not to do it. I was teeing him up. It's like I was like, softball after softball. Oh, try recurve it up. No, not happening.
But nah, I mean, in Sons of Anarchy, they have guys that drive trucks and stuff, and occasionally they'll be in their wee truck and they'll be sat there, and you can just imagine because they drive on the left, so their right arm will go over the passenger seat. They'll look back, they'll put it in reverse, and it'll just start going. Well, no, they don't have the beepers over there, but you can just imagine that it's just going beep, 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 beep. Bum, ba, ba, da, bum, ba, ba, da, 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 da. Bum, bum, ba, da, bum, bum, ba, da, ba, da, 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 da. Trailer time.
Welcome, everybody, to
Amazing.
Trailer Time, a podcast within a podcast where Eddie talks about the trailers he's seen for this week that excites him, so much so that
We
his
made
penis
it.
tingles on the tip.
Not just the tip, the base.
All over. It's just tingly. You might
Full
have an
chill.
STD. Kick us off,
Aw.
Eddie.
I don't have an STD. That's rotten. That is disgusting. Disgusting, chap. It's supposed to be highbrow. So I watched a trailer for a Will Ferrell film called The Shrink Next Door, which I'm pretty excited for.
Yeah.
Does look pretty serious, but I kind of hope it's really funny. And then I just rewatched the trailer as well, and I can't help but get this like nagging feeling that Will Ferrell's maybe a bit of a Forrest Gump type person in it, and Paul
Okay.
Rudd's maybe going to dick him over, which is probably going to make me going to hate Paul Rudd.
They're
So if I'm
highlighting
probably going to
that in
end
the
up hating
trailer.
Paul Rudd in it,
Mm,
I'm probably not going to watch it because I just won't be able to get past that.
love Paul Rudd.
So
Look at
it's
us.
also on Apple TV, which is balls. So
Yeah.
arr,
I'm
arr,
not, either
arr.
are or I'm never going to watch this movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Apple
Arr.
TV. I've got
Arr.
Netflix. I've got Amazon. I've got Disney Plus. I don't need anything else.
Raise that flag.
Yeah.
Uh,
Raising up the black flag.
Raising up the flagpole. I have to say, it does look dark. It does look.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd at the end looks quite sinister. So I'm thinking there's clearly a plot twist somewhere where he's gonna like take over. Looks a bit like was it the Cable Guy where he kind of takes over his life?
Yeah. Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. I wonder if it'll be a bit like that.
Yeah.
There is a bit of a scene towards the end of the trailer where Will Ferrell's clearly burying a body. So you wonder if he starts to
Yeah.
get him to do some of his dirty work and stuff.
Yeah.
But one thing that did come to my mind is it's going to be a serious film because Will Ferrell has a beard.
Yeah. But I quite
Most
like
of
the
his
fact
serious
that
work, he has a
both
beard.
of it's also set, I think, in the 70s, which is the style. But they've got flares on and stuff. Yeah, every man had like
All
kind of
right.
long hair and a beard. I quite like the fact that both very strong comedic actors have decided to be in a set because it's a semi-serious, kind of dark, humored movie. Probably, it's said based on a true story as well. So I'm quite intrigued to see what it's about.
That's true. That'd be good.
And
It should be good.
it's hard to see Will
pretty
Ferrell
cool.
not like make a funny issue. I mean, he obviously, like you said, plays like a Forrest Gump, maybe a bit on the spectrum type character, finding it hard to like socialize and be around people, you know? And
Called.
I don't know. I don't know. Intrigued. I'm intrigued. It seems good. And Will Ferrell, you know, he's a good comic actor. We see how his serious acting chops are.
Is he not? He's pretty sure I've seen him do some serious stuff.
He has. He did one with the skiing one with Julia Louis-Dreyfus recently.
A skiing one.
I've just seen that also Catherine Hand's in it. I'm just thinking that's
Nice.
obviously like a long time.
But then
oh wait, hold
she's
on.
also
This
a
is
very
the movie
good serious actor.
She's in like loads of Will Ferrell stuff.
Wait a minute. This isn't a movie, it's a TV show. I
What?
just realised
Oh, is it?
It's 8 episodes.
Oh, France. All right. Then I won't watch this TV show. Speaking of,
Wait a second.
moving on to actual movies that I probably will go and see. Did you guys manage to get time to watch the new Suicide Squad trailer?
I
Yes.
did.
It looks good. It looks really good.
We're not getting our hopes up, though, are we?
I'm not trying to
No.
get my hopes up because we all know how the last one ended, and their trailers were also really good.
This
And
is
we
true.
mentioned this before. It's not as funny as the first trailer, but it's showing you a lot more about the story, I think. It's very similar to the first movie, in which they take Will Smith's character out of prison to like make a Suicide Squad, but they're taking Idris Elba's character out of prison and maybe kidnapping his child, and then
But
starting
is
the
that not
Suicide
the
Squad.
same premise? The exact same
Basically the
premise.
exact same reason
Yeah.
to get someone out of jail.
But there's not really a problem with that, really, though, is there? Because like, if you can have the same setup and then it can all be fun, but they just seem, I don't know, it just seems to lose something at some point. I was watching the trailer, and do you know who annoyed me for no reason? Harley Quinn,
Margot
Margot
Robbie.
Robbie, just annoyed me. Just
Really?
that character now, it just feels like she's done it now.
She's done it and it
And
didn't
it's-
really work. So now that it
Didn't
just
really
seems
work.
like she's kind of pushing it to make it like, I love this character.
Flogging
Let's
a
make
dead
it work.
horse, yeah.
Yeah, and then they doubled down on it and give her own film, which
Which I
once
never
again, you
saw
can't-
actually. I didn't see Birds of Prey.
obviously,
Never watched.
you can't. It was actually, it's not great, but it's bad in places. But overall, it's kind of fun, I guess, at times. But it was one of these things that was so. It felt very forced. Like it just felt like one of these things they had to change the title. She signed up for it, and you don't blame her for taking the film. Like she obviously does quite well in the role, but it kind of feels like Harley Quinn's a little bit played out, as a character.
Yeah.
But
Very.
then this cast is huge, but I expect half of them are going to die. As long as King Shark, Sylvester Stallone as King Shark, or is it King Shark makes it to the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be happy.
King
He's
Shark
definitely
and
the best
Sean
character.
Gunn's Weasel.
Weasel
want-
looks like he's primed to get eaten by King Shark at some point.
It looks like such a weird movie. And I have high hopes because it's James Gunn, you know? He did Guardians of the Galaxy really well. So hopefully he takes this, which is a gang of misfits of characters we don't even know, which was Guardians, and kind of makes a decent job out of it. So excited.
Oh, wait, see.
I haven't written down when it's coming out. I'm pretty sure it's July at some point. Everything seems to be coming out in July right now.
But another thing that has Idris Elba in it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This one looks
harder they fall.
genuinely so good. If you guys watch the trailer, the harder
I just watched it just now.
The Harder They Fall, which is a Netflix movie, is like the cowboy movie I've been looking for since Django. It looks so good. And it's got a hell of a lot of good actors in it.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. I really liked the I like the merging of the two, like obviously the music they use, the shots they're using. It's got, like say Django-esque moments.
Yeah.
But then the music is very is it hip hop music? Is that the genre of music that's in the the beats in the trailer? I don't know.
You couldn't have sounded
But
more white.
White if I tried. Well, I'm doing
Go
my
on,
best.
Duncan,
to,
say something racist.
Is it hip hop music? This hip hop
But
music?
is it? But hold on. Is it?
I know what you
is it
mean.
though?
I know what you
Because I
mean.
don't
It's
know.
I'm on a new level. I can't remember who the artist is. I'm on a new level. I'm on a. It was quite popular. I think it was maybe popular last year, maybe 2 years ago on like Vine or TikTok or whatever.
Yeah,
people
it's
would make
It's pop.
It's pop, hip hop music.
Hip-hop.
Yeah.
Happy days.
It's got
Popular.
some. Obviously, I think it's more of like a comedy than Django was. It's got that sort of Tarantino spaghetti western / Red Dead Redemption style, kind of like when they were like showing you the actors and stuff, how it like stops and has that blood stain, and then the characters' names show. It's good. It looks amazing. I'm really excited for this movie.
Eddie?
What?
Well, you're about to say like, oh yeah, it looks sick.
Nope.
It is directed.
Nope.
This is the cool thing, though. It's directed by a guy called, I want to say James. It's spelt strange, but James Samuel.
James.
James James Samuel. I had a look at his IMDb. He has done not a lot directorial wise. He was involved in the music department for the Great Gatsby movie, which was based basically on hip hop music rather than, it was like Jay-Z did that whole soundtrack, I think, for the Great Gatsby movie. Which is also one other thing he's directed, which was a Jay-Z short called Legacy in 2017. So he's not got that much involved, but maybe this sort of kind of has a music video feel to it as well. Like everything might be sort of action pack wise, like a trailer, like everything is down with the beats of the music, which I think would be quite cool if it is. Different movie if it is. It's a lot more music
It
video
definitely
based.
feels like a mix of genres, which I think is good for a western, because I think there's about 1 million western films.
Yeah.
Whereas that's what made Django good, because you had Tarantino putting his spin on it. And like you say, there's only the last modern one I can think of was Magnificent Seven with Denzel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was
Like
also a TV
Denzel
show
Washington.
on Netflix which had one of the guys from the old school Skins characters, which was really good. I can't remember what it was called, but it was a good TV show. That's kind of held me over after playing Red Dead and actually watching Django. But it also does, it's I'll try and find the synopsis if they've got it.
It's literally an outlaw that gets released from prison, reunites with his gang to seek revenge in this western. Well, I can see
Have you got it up already?
Yeah, I've already got it up already.
Nice,
So I was
good
curious as to like who's directing it and stuff.
Another thing is also kind of flipping the genre on its head. Is they've done a Blazing Saddles, and it's not a white man that's a cowboy. Because back then it was just, I mean, we're the worst people in the world. Especially back then in America. So I'm intrigued. It looks really, really good. I can't wait for it. It is out July. I don't know. I've not written it down. Damn it! Why have I never written down when it's out? God,
I've got 2021 here.
It says 2021 on IMDb, and that's it. It's got Idris Elba, Zazie Beetz is in everything right now as well. Regina King, I recognize her face. She's in a lot of movies right now.
She is.
She was in.
Tell ya.
That's where I recognize her from.
Name one.
She was from Miss Congeniality.
Oh wow. Such a
was-
recent movie.
She's also in Watchmen, a TV series.
Oh, that's funny. She's in Miss Congeniality, yeah.
Something we
She's
do
in-
have a date for though, and we know it won't be on the 23rd of July because that's when Snake Eyes comes out.
Nice. Another movie that just released a new trailer. Eddie, what's your take on it?
Meh.
Meh. Really?
Yeah. I didn't. I don't. Yeah. I don't really. I'm not that fussed about watching it. It doesn't look that. Yeah.
I think it looks like I was never a big fan of the G.I. Joe movies, and I didn't know who Snake Eyes was because when we first started talking about it, I thought he was the bad guy.
Yeah.
But he's actually the good guy. From the start of the trailer, it looked quite good in the fact that it's an origin story and it looks like he's just doing like ninja training, which I've just finished watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies, so I'm super into ninjas right now. I quite like a good ninja origin.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's done. I don't know. I feel like I've seen something exactly like it before. Probably Kung Fu Panda. So what's the point of watching it?
Yeah. Which, let's be honest,
Might as
is a superior movie.
I'd probably rather go and watch Kung Fu Panda.
Me too.
But nah, I don't know. I wasn't really getting the hype for it.
What's the famous quote from
Right,
Kung
well.
Fu Panda? The past is history, the future is a mystery.
Today
Today is a gift.
That's why they call it a present.
Oh,
Ah.
I don't know who that was. They're not Master Shifu. That was the other one.
That's
Who's the turtle?
tortoise.
Eddie? What's the turtle?
Wagwa. Is it?
I
Is
don't
it?
know.
Oh,
Master
Oogway. Master Oogway.
Yeah.
Master Oogway.
Oogway.
But Duncan's kind of looking pretty pissed off with me for saying
No,
meh
Not
to
at
Snake
all.
Eyes. I think
Not at
Duncan's
all.
probably mega hyped for it. He's
I'm
gonna
actually-
pretend he's not.
I'm kind of agreeing it's a bit meh, and the reason I say that is when you said to me, "Oh, it's a Snake Eyes movie," and I thought, "Oh, that's strange. Like, why are they doing that with the G.I. Joe franchise?" And then it occurred to me that when this trailer, all of a sudden they're saying, "Oh, Cobra's coming," and then all of a sudden there's these shots of other characters from, and I was like, "Oh, okay, so you're basically soft rebooting G.I. Joe."
It said at the end of the trailer, it said G.I. Joe Origins, Snake Eyes. So I'm like, okay, so they're doing like everyone's origin story. Maybe,
Yeah, but it's
like
weird
you said,
that they've-
rebooting it all.
They're rebooting it all, and it's weird because it's a different girl that's playing the Scarlet Girl because she's in it, and the Baroness is in it, who's obviously the villain. And then it's just funny. Watch, like I said, we were talked about it. And we're like, why are they making a Snake Eyes film? That seems very strange. It's going to be also he's completely mute in the original G.I. Joe films, which could be interesting. And then this trailer, I'm like, oh, okay, I see. You pulled a sneaky on us there. Put a little sneaky on us.
Maybe he's
and
only
all of a sudden
mute
it's a G.I. Joe
because
film.
maybe he's only mute because he's taken a absence
silence.
vow of silence for the ninjas, or
You said
just
absence
can't.
of noise.
Yeah, you just can't hear him when he puts that helmet on. Maybe he just doesn't know that people can't hear him.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe he's been talking this entire time
Yeah.
and everyone's ignoring him.
Yeah, like, why are you ignoring me? This is my plan. I think.
Okay, so here's the plan. I just said that.
Although Eddie's a bit meh, there is a thing that it's not a trailer anymore because it's out and it's available, and I'm pretty sure all of us are going to go and see it. Are we going to go to the cinema this week to see F9? Copy and paste or
No.
whatever F9 does on your laptop.
Might go see it tomorrow.
I might go and see it tomorrow as well.
It was filmed in Edinburgh, and our old flat's in it. So
Some of it.
well,
It'll
it's
be
in
like
the it's in the
I
trailer,
imagine it
so-
being like the shortest scene ever of like
it
round the
is
corner
the
done.
shortest. The shortest clip. And we're just gonna be like,
A
I'm gonna
couple
get Leonardo
frames.
DiCaprio in that GIF, just going.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking my house. It's out and everyone's loving it apparently, or other people are absolutely hating it. I think depending on your vibe of the Fast and Furious franchise, you're either gonna be all in on this movie or just be like, fucking hell, they've just gone way too far.
I expect nothing, and I expect to be impressed.
Yeah. Eddie, what's your take on Fast and Furious? I don't think I've heard.
I like him.
Yeah.
I like him, but I'm not going to go to the cinema and watch it. I'm going to pay £5. I'll wait till it comes to like Netflix or something. It'll be on Sky before then. So
It'll be Sky Movies premiere or something, yeah.
Fiona's not fussed about watching it, so I'm not going to go watch it by myself. I'm also not too hot on
nothing-
going to a
nothing
cinema
wrong with
right
it.
now.
Nothing
But,
wrong with a grown man going to the cinema on his own. In the back.
Hey. Nah.
Back right corner.
Yeah.
Avoiding public places.
You are.
COVID's still here. You know, it's not gone.
He's not giving in.
I'll be alright.
I ain't gonna get it. we're in the end game. I'm not gonna catch it now.
We're in the end game. I think we are also in the end game of this episode. Shall we end it there, boys?
Oh,
No. Yes.
no.
Yeah.
The
Well,
show
gonna
goes
have-
on.
I demand 10 minutes of awkward silence.
Okay.
No. What you should do is, Eddie, you start talking about how much you hate Sons of Anarchy, and Rory, you try and wrap this podcast up.
No, people
But-
will just stop listening.
if we can like eke this out for 5 minutes while I do my panicked search for something.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's fair enough. Panically research something to say at the end. So I'll basically that'll do it for this week. Eddie,
that doesn't happen.
Start searching. If you enjoyed this episode and you want to contribute to the topics, you can find us on all the socials by searching for That's Class Pod. We are on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, and you can also search That's Class Pod, and you'll find us on YouTube. We upload a new episode every Monday morning, just in time for your commute. You can watch it whenever you want. Commutes are usually when people listen to podcasts. And you will find a YouTube version the following Wednesday where you can put faces to the voices and instantly regret making that decision. Make sure you hit the like button. And the best thing you can do to try and support the pod is just by sharing with your friends. The more people that listen to the pod, the more we get excited to record more and entertain you all, apparently, for an hour. I think everyone agrees with that. I just massive thank you to Stuart Hosking for the intro music. I think we'll probably let Eddie just keep going with the trailer time music. He seems to enjoy making his own little noises, so we'll keep going with that.
Moo. I just think you can have fun with it.
Massive thank you
Keeps
to
him
all of
happy.
you for listening. Have a super day. Say goodbye, Duncan.
Goodbye, Duncan.
And hopefully, because I've dragged this out and waffled quite a long time to try and get Eddie to search for something, as Eddie says at the end of every episode of That's Class.
The biggest fight you'll ever have is between who you are now and who you are capable of becoming.
Oh, damn.
Jax. That's for you, Jax. That's for you, Jax and Opie.
Oh, that's...
R.I.P.
Oh, it's a Sons of Anarchy quote.
I thought that was Kung Fu. I thought it was from Kung Fu Panda.
I thought that as well.
Did you?
Oh, it's a similar
We could do
thing.
it. We could do a Kung Fu Panda one instead.
No, that was fine. That was good.
It was a bit shit. I was struggling to find one.
That's all right. That's all right.